Hey everyone, we shot a couple of roos the other night, about 10 or probably close to 15, doing some crop protection. What I'm going to do right now is we cut all the main parcels of meat into steaks and roasts and whatever else like that, but you always have a lot of offcuts, and so what we generally do with the offcuts, we either make sausages or we make mince. So we're going to do both. All of the instruments and stuff that come off the actual motor for this, they've all been in the fridge or the freezer, keeping them really cold. So you don't want the meat to go above 7 degrees Celsius for all us Aussies, and whatever that is in Fahrenheit for everyone else around the world that uses Fahrenheit. So we're going to make some kangaroo bangers, or some kangaroo snags, and some just kangaroo mince that you can use with anything. Generally we cut it somewhere around 5 kilos of meat to a kilo of pork fat. We can add in spices and whatever else, and we'll do that a little bit later on and show you how everything's going. But for now, I'll chuck all this in here, mince her all up, and we'll start the first stage. Good idea not to stick your fingers in the hole either, because they might end up mince. Most of the meat here is frozen as well, so or darn close to frozen. Just again to keep it at that 7 degrees Celsius when we're moving it through. I'm just filtering little bits of fat as I go. Just remember, like I said before, it depends how much fat you want in it, but in general it's 1 to 5 fat to meat. Then you've got some real good usable meat again, guys, out of all those offcuts. It's important to get some good tools too, so don't go cheap with equipment like this. Get at least middle of the range, so you've got some gear that's going to last you, and it's actually, you're not going to sit there being irritated because it clogs up all the time. I'll keep working at this. We'll get back to you soon. Some damn fine organic mince right there.
Hi guys, we've got some meat here that we ground up last night. We left it in the fridge overnight to keep it nice and cool, and tonight we're going to make it into some sausages. So I'm going to measure out some mince first because we want to be able to make some spaghetti with that. So we'll take out 2 kilos, which I'll do now, and then the rest of it will turn into sausages. We worked out last night that if we had bought this mince, it would have cost us $80. So we've saved a lot of money on this. Instead it cost us, I think, about $10 for the pork fat, and that was including the sausage casings as well. Alright, the rest of the mince that we've got in here, I'm going to put into our mixing bowl, and then I'm going to mix up some herbs and spices that we'll put in there, and we'll mix that all up with our Kenwood. After we minced all this meat up last night, we decided to have some roux burgers for tea tonight. So we haven't got quite as much as we would have otherwise. It was delicious, by the way. Alright, I've got 3 cloves of garlic here to put in. I'm just going to put it straight in the pestle and water, and we'll crush that up. We've got some nice rock salt as well. We're not really into measuring things here at the HuntShack. We like to just kind of play it by ear. This is some rosemary that we'll put in there. Rosemary goes really well with kangaroo. We'll put some onion flakes in there as well. And then we've got some thyme from our own garden that we dried in our dehydrator and then just crushed up. Alright, so I've chucked all our herbs and spices in here, and now we'll just get it all crushed up, ready to go in with our meat. You just want to make sure that your herbs are all crushed up nice and finely, because you don't want to get any big chunks in your sausages. Alright, that looks good. Now you need a binding agent. We just like to use eggs. They work really well. Most recipes that you read will tell you somewhere around 2% salt. We prefer closer to 1% salt to the meat, just because otherwise you end up with snags that are too salty. So we'll mix this up now, and you want it to be a fine, like a paste kind of texture. If you can't get that kind of pasty texture where it's really sticking to your fingers, just splash a little bit of ice water in there, no more than about 1/3 of a cup. Just play it by ear and keep mixing it. We've finished mixing that up now, guys, so we'll bring the camera over so you can have a look. Alright, so that's what it looks like now, guys. It's kind of that nice pasty texture. It's ready to go in our sausage filler. So we've put all our meat up the top here now, guys, and we've run the machine so that our meat's just coming out of the nozzle here. And this is our casings that we've put onto the nozzle as well, and we've just run it all the way back. So once your meat gets to that point, you just want it to come out just about that far, and then you can pull your casings over. Try not to let any air get in, and then you can tie your knot. We're using natural casings that we just got from our local butcher. Alright, so now we've got to this point, you really want to enlist the help of someone else. So I've got Dad to come and help, and he's going to jump in now, and we'll get going.
Hey!
So the person on the end of the nozzle here, you've got a pretty important job. You've got to make sure that the sausages come out nice and uniform. So you don't want to hold on too tight to the casings, you want to kind of just let it come off as the meat comes out of the nozzle. So we'll get going, and he's going to have a watch.
And this person just has to stomp meat.
We've got a little jug of water here because you want to keep your hands nice and wet while you're dealing with your casings. Alright guys, we've finished doing those sausages now. So you want to get the end of your sausage there, and you just want to pull some more of the skin off, because we're not going to tie it off until after we've linked all our sausages. So you just twist that first sausage, and then you want your next one to be about the same. Just a second. When you're up to your last one, you just want to make sure that there's no air left in the top of that sausage, and just tie it off in a knot. Alright, so we've got a nice chain of kangaroo sausages. And we'll leave those in the fridge overnight. You don't want to eat them on the same night that you make them, because they need to kind of fill out their casings a bit. Alright guys, we've got these ones here. Now, as you saw, we made those with some thyme and rosemary, some garlic and some salt. These ones here we made a little earlier. These are the first batch that we made with this lot of mince, and they've got coriander in them instead of the thyme and the rosemary. So, all pretty much the same. You can have a look online for some different ideas. A lot of fruity flavours go really nicely with kangaroo. Rosemary is one of those herbs that just complements it really well. If you guys have any ideas or any things that you've tried, then chuck them up in the comments section, and we might give them a try in our next video. Thanks guys, bye.